Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with more Sable's Grimoire. And we are exploring the magical university in the middle of the woods. We've met normal human girl, we have met elf girl. Which other girl shall we meet at this time? JP the Third here with VenusNow.com, and we are moving forward in this demo. I return to the Academy's entrance and proceed inside. There are fewer students around than when I entered before, and the hallways are eerily quiet as a result. Like myself, the only students still walking around are those heading towards the auditorium. Hey, where are you going? I'm not done talking to you. Except for one. Wow, they actually let you up and down the halls looking like that. Okay, how rude. Some people have no manners at all. I'd have grabbed them by the scruff of the neck and... Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact. Oh, hey there. Damn it. Cover my eyes and keep walking. While I'd be lying if I said this person's appearance didn't immediately make me curious, I don't have time to indulge myself right now. Hey, you there. Yeah, you. What's the rush? Come on, talk to me for a minute. What's the rush? I'm on my way to the... Wait, internalizing that won't do any good. I need to tell her out loud. Sorry, but can I get through here? The opening ceremony is... Opening ceremony? Oh, right, that dumb thing. It's just a bunch of geezers and hags talking down to us, isn't it? Who wouldn't want to attend something like that? Who would want to attend something like that? Ignoring her harsh words, I find myself staring at the horns on her head, on the head of the reptilian student standing in front of me. As I quickly glance at her wings and tail, sweat begins to pour down my face. But not out of fear or nervousness. If anything, it's fear of my own obsession. This person has caught my interest. Are you a Drake? That's right, Draken the Drake, they call me. My father wanted to call me Drake, but my mother said that would be redundant. You were almost Drake the Drake. I know, hilarious, right? But my parents compromised, so instead they call me Draken. Or at least, I think that's the backstory Mama gave me. I know it's something along those lines. Anyway, forget about that. It doesn't matter. More importantly, do you like my wings? Confused by the seemingly random shifting of our conversation, I stare at Draken, in surprise for a moment before responding. I do, yes. Why do you ask? Well, you keep staring at them, so I figured that you might. Want to touch them? You'll let me? Sure, go right ahead. Don't you tell me this guy's got a thing for dragon girls. Oh dear, this could be interesting. Before I even realize that my hands are reaching towards the stranger in front of me. I hesitate the moment before making contact, unsure if indulging myself like this is really appropriate or not. Noticing my restraint, Draken moves her wing forward, shortening the distance between us all on her own. In response to Draken's gesture, I finally swallowed the last of my reservation and pressed my fingers against her wing. This is amazing. The skin is tough but also squishy, and every part I touch is so smooth. Are there bones in here? Not really. That part is mostly cartilage. I actually don't have many bones I actually don't have as many bones as a human, you know? I wouldn't be able to fly otherwise due to the weight. So you really can fly with these? Of course, they aren't just for decoration, you know. But don't go asking for a lift, okay? I'm not strong enough to carry someone else when I fly around in this form. I see. How about this part? The webbing looks thin, but it's surprisingly strong. Function over form, my friend. Strong and light. Perfect for flying. They're a mongrel to clean, though. It is pretty painful when they get cut. Ooh, so they're not just fleshless appendages used for transport? What? Of course not. They're still part of my body. Sheesh. You think I don't have feelings or something? Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I just let my curiosity get the better of me. It's okay, I understand. Besides, I'm not the one who approached you. I'm the one who approached you in the first place. You're the first person to actually talk to me since I've got here. Really? Yeah, everyone who sees me just walks away or runs in the opposite direction. It's like, what do you think I'm going to do? Eat you? Burn your village down? I mean, they might actually be right. It's not like I've never eaten other demi-humans before, and if I got hungry enough, I probably would take a bite out of them. But still, I'm trying to be on my best behavior, you know? I haven't even set fire to anything all morning. This is not comforting in the slightest. The moment I begin to feel sorry for Draken, she gives me a good reason not to. While I don't doubt Leisha's advice about not judging demi-humans based on their appearance, in Draken's case, I would have been right. Oh well, who needs people like them? I'd much rather be talking to someone open-minded and understanding like you anyway. Mama told me that most humans are scums, but I knew you weren't all bad. I mean, if you were, I never would have been born, you know? If humans were all bad, then Draken would never have been born? Draken's words are repeated in my mind as an awkward question begins to surface. I want to ask Draken to elaborate, but at the same time, I'm wary of offending her by making any further assumptions. Just ask, you asshole. Be that as it may, my hesitation only lasted for a moment. Before I knew it, my curiosity has won and my mouth has begun to open. Just to be clear, Draken, your mother, yep, 100% dragon. And your father, 100% human. Unbelievable. A human and a dragon actually mated with one another and produced an offspring. If the proof wasn't standing right before my eyes at this very moment, I wouldn't believe it. My eyes suddenly shoot wide open as Draken's words bring to mind an old fairy tale I heard as a child. It's a lunatic tale in which a knight leaves his kingdom in order to slay an evil dragon. When the knight approaches the dragon's cave, however, he finds no such beast. Instead, what awaits him is a beautiful woman. To cut a long story short, the dragon agrees to spare his kingdom if he stays with her, serving as the father to her children. Quite frankly, I always found it to be a bizarre story to tell a child, especially a human child living in a society so phobic of demi-humans. With a half-dragon now standing in front of me, however, I can't help but think that the tale may not be a work of fiction after all. Hello? Are you still with me? Wait, what did you say your name was again? I blink in surprise as Draken draws closer to my face. Finally stepping back to reality, I quickly take a step back and regain my composure. Sorry about that. Got a little bit distracted there for a moment. Anyway, my name is Sable, and just like your father, I'm 100% human. Sable, huh? I like that name. It's short and easy to remember. You're not exactly... Well, no, she's the tough, athletic type. Of course she's going to be kind of a dumbass. What am I thinking? How dare we go against type? So, do you have any other questions, Sable? Whatever you want to know, just ask. I'm an open book. Draken smiles cheerfully as she makes a kind proposition. For someone like me who's curious to a fault, her offer is like a dream come true. I can ask whatever I want of this rare being whose existence I would have doubted just an hour ago, and she'll gladly answer me. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to decline. Eh? Why? Don't you want to know more about me? I won't get offended or anything, I promise. It's not that I really do want to ask, it's just the opening ceremony has started without us. Draken stares at me in confusion for a second, then sighs in relief. Is that all? Phew, you had me worried for a second there. I thought you didn't like me. If it's just a ceremony, don't worry about it. It'll be a drag anyway. That may be true, but we should still attend. What if they tell us something important? We can just ask the other students what we missed. Besides, it's not like they just dump all the important stuff on us at once. Usually they have some kind of information day ahead of time or spread it out during the first week. That's how human schools work, right? That's true, but I smile wryly as I come to understand a little bit more about this girl called Draken. You didn't get the letter either, huh? What letter? Nobody's dumb enough to deliver letters to Mama's cave. They see the human skeletons outside and run for the hills. Okay, we should really, really be worried at this point. I'm just saying. I figured as much. It's kind of a relief that I'm not the only one who missed the orientation day. But at the same time, it does reinforce my belief that a school like this shouldn't be relying on such a data medium in the first place. So, what do you want to do while the other students are sitting around through the board whatchamacallit? Sorry, Draken, but I still think we should go inside. Even if we're late, the ceremony has only just started, so we should still be able to sit through most of it. Oh, I see. Fine, let's listen to the hags and geezers blather on about nothing while they slowly die. That's the spirit? Though clearly reluctant, Draken leads the way. She takes me to the door of the auditorium to which we can see our fellow newcomers. In addition to the students, we can see all of our homeroom teachers, our year advisor, the principal, and other faculty members. Our grade is fairly small compared to previous years. Without even turning my head, I can see the rest of the newcomers, not even 200 in number. A Nakamata, a Lamia, a Pixie. Boy, the entire room is filled with all sorts of demi-humans. Nobody as surprising as Draken, but it's still an impressive sight. Can't wait to see them all up close. Huh? What's wrong? Change your mind? No, it's not that. But... We've been locked out. I said the door handle in disbelief. Locked out? We're just a few minutes late, and they've already locked the door on us. This isn't good. Locked out, huh? Oh, dear. Please, woman, don't do what I think you're about to do. How dare they? I step away from the door and look at Draken in surprise. Huh? What are you getting mad about, Draken? You didn't even want to attend the ceremony, did you? Of course I don't want to, but that isn't the same thing as being told I can't attend. That makes a weird sort of sense. We should all be embarrassed that that makes a weird sort of sense. Ugh. Who do they think they are, locking me out like this? I'll show them. Draken puffs out her chest as she slowly inhales. Oh, crap. I can see a bright light emanating from within Draken's chest as she purses her lips, preparing to spew forth flames of unfathomable temperature. Draken, stop. You can't start a fire inside of the academy. Let's just skip the ceremony after all, okay? My words fall on deaf ears. Draken's chest continues to expand, and I can see the rage in her eyes. If I dawdle, she's going to burn me to ashes along with the door. Before I can get burned to death or blamed for damaging academy property, I run down the hallway as quickly as I can. Behind me, I hear panic and the sound of the fire alarm going off, but I pay no mind and continue to run. That crazy bastard. She really did it. What the hell was she thinking? I quickly open up my terminal and search through the names of the students in my class. Of course she's in our class. After trying a few different possible spellings of the name, I sigh in relief, certain that Draken was not in my class. Phew, thank you, goodness. Wait. It says 1C right there. Well, let's see. Didn't you say you were in 1C? What's going on? Thank goodness for that. Draken may not be a bad person, but she's definitely trouble. Being in her class would be too much. Giving myself... That's not important. Give myself a moment to calm down. I take a quick look at the names of the students who are actually in my class. While I don't recognize any of them, I'm not disappointed by the fact. After all, the only person who I know at the school are the few who I've met earlier today. It would be a bigger surprise if one of them was in my class. So, all these 1C students aren't in 1C? Or did I read that wrong? I don't know. Wait a second, I might have spoken too soon. Shia? Crap, Leisha was right. There's no way I can pronounce her name. Just as I'm dismissing my terminal, one name catches my eye. Although I don't have any proof that the girl with the difficult to pronounce name is while I don't have any proof that the girl with the difficult to pronounce name in my class is Leisha, I'm fairly confident in my guess. That was horrible. I apologize. Oh well, it's better than entering the class without knowing anyone, I suppose. With my terminal no longer visible, I decided to take a better look at my surroundings. While running, I paid little attention to my destination. I just wanted to get away from Draken before I could get caught up in her mess. But now that I'm taking a good look around, it's pretty clear where I wound up. Cafeteria, huh? Come to think of it, Ray said she was going to eat here earlier. I wonder if she had any luck getting served. I take a quick look around the cafeteria. Despite the fact that this is an academy devoted to the study of magic, there doesn't appear to be any difference in the decor or in the atmosphere. It seems that eateries are the same no matter where you go. How disappointing. I was hoping to at least see serving dishes made out of mithril or holographic projections of each dish. Maybe the kitchen is where the magic happens. Oh, shut up. I may not be particularly good at using magic to cook, but it is a fairly common practice. Incendiary spirits are used to heat ingredients, water to create out of thin air, an artificial breeze to cool dishes off, displacer spells to rotate hot masses of meat, or to move ingredients in dishes without ever touching them. Suffice to say, mixing the art of magic and cooking has yielded very intriguing, worthwhile results. When using magic, cooking becomes faster, easier, and cheaper. It's also much less troublesome when it comes to when it comes time to clean up afterwards. Best of all, it provides students with a straightforward means by which to practice spellcasting, and it offers immediate, tangible results. Good lord, this is a way to go. For students at any magic academy, using magic to assist with the process of cooking is a no-brainer. Perhaps it's time for me to learn how to cook as well. Now that I don't have my parents around to feed me, it's bound to be. Now that I don't have my parents around to feed me, it's bound to be a useful talent. Or I could just visit the cafeteria. Good lord, man. Kind of going around in circles here. Shrugging off my responsibilities as soon as they come to mind, I walk closer to the counter and look at the menu, curious to see what cafeteria catering for different species might contain. At a glance, most of the dishes don't seem to be anything special. Salads, sandwiches, noodles, the usual stuff that you see in any cafeteria. Towards the bottom of the menu, however, live frogs, gnats, platypus eggs, holy water, unholy water, white rhinoceros meat? They have white rhinoceros meat here? How did I miss that? Showing my surprise, Ray suddenly appears behind me. Ray, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in the auditorium. Don't tell me you've been eating this whole time. How rude. I did go to the auditorium, just like I was supposed to. But the door was locked, so I came back here. Ah, I see. Me too, actually. By the time I arrived, they had already started. Oh well, I guess it wasn't meant to be. More importantly, come over here. I want to show you something. Show me something. In the cafeteria. Given our current location, the first thing that comes to mind is obviously food. Considering all of the peculiar dishes being sold here, I wouldn't be surprised to find that she's ordered something unspeakable, or if there's something of her own. By the time Ray had stopped walking, however, I realized that what she wants to show me isn't something edible. Or at least, I don't think it's edible. That's a whole nother can of fish. We're not touching that. Ray, he's looking right at me. Help! In a soft voice, the being in front of me speaks. It turns away and reaches out for Ray, who laughs and stands next to it. That's nothing to be afraid of. This is Sable, the human I was telling you about earlier. Sable? You remember, the person who could use the terminal? Oh. The green creature peeks at me from behind Ray. Still shaking, it slowly musters the courage required to speak to me, despite its fear. Hello. Hi. I am Eth. Eth? Pleased to meet you. With panic in his voice, the creature calling itself Eth bows his head. I'm pleased to meet you too, Eth. My name is Sable Labor. I hope that we get along. Eth bows his head while moving further away from me. Eth? Don't worry about Eth. She's just a bit shy. Maybe it's because she's a mandragora. Eth is a girl? No, more importantly, Eth is a mandragora? While Ray herself doesn't quite seem to understand her own hypotheses, she might actually be correct. Mandragoras have been unintentionally slaughtered by humans for eons. We have decimated their homes in the name of progress and killed them in large numbers while mistaking them for plant life. It's no surprise that Eth is wary around humans, particularly strangers like myself. A mandragora, huh? I really am meeting all kinds of demi-humans today. I'd better be careful about meeting up with Draken while Eth is around. This is like a disaster waiting to happen. Towards Eth, who still appears to be nervous, I extend my hand. You don't need to be afraid of me, Eth. I won't harm you. And if anyone does try to hurt you, let me know. I'll make them regret it. I may be weak, but I do have some rather nasty tricks up my sleeve. Like minutely altering the path of someone's internal aether flow to press against their bowels, for instance. Or lowering the amount of oxygen in the air around them until they pass out. Oh, that's just cruel and unusual. Eth looks at my hand timidly, then up at my face. Though clearly still scared, she hesitantly extends one of her hands towards me. Thank you. And me too. You too? If anyone bullies Sable, I'll poison them. It's a little extreme. Oh, that's a great idea. No. That is not a great idea. Hey, Eth, do you think you can make some poison for me? I want to put some into a squirt gun in case one of my admirers tries something funny. Sure, no problem. That is a problem. Though I'm dubious about whether those admirers actually exist or not. This is our first day on campus. There's no way you could have an admirer already. That's not true. The hot guy was totally hitting on me earlier. Was he, Eth? What? Seriously? Hey, who do you trust? Why do you trust her more than you trust me? Because it's not Eth's pride that gets hurt if you're lying. Anyway, what kind of guy was it? Were they a demi-human? Maybe they just wanted to feast on you. Come on. Is it really that difficult for you to... Oh, wait a second. I get it. Okay, I do see a potential issue with putting a bunch of people around, a bunch of non-people who may want to eat the people. But, you know, that's just me being all logical and whatnot. A playful smirk appears on Ray's face. You're jealous, aren't you? Come again? That's it, isn't it? Oh gosh, it's only my first day at Amadronia Academy, and there are already 2 guys showing an interest in me. What should I do, Eth? I'm not ready for this. Copulate with the stronger male. A powerful partner will lead to a better offspring. I like Eth. That is a good point. Well, you heard it, Sable. I guess you'll just have to fight for my love. I'm not fighting anyone. I stare at the two girls bemusedly. At this point, I can't tell if they're joking or not. Anyway, just who's this guy that's supposedly interested in you, Ray? It isn't one of the teachers, is it? Of course not. Don't even joke about that. This boy's the same age as us. He's blonde, human, and totally good looking. Really? That's kind of disappointing. Couldn't you have dreamed up someone more interesting? I didn't dream him up. He's definitely real. Oh, but maybe he isn't. Come on, Ray. I'm not sure, okay? I mean, I definitely spoke to him, but it's like, it wasn't really him, you know? No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Ray, did you inhale the spores on my back? I didn't inhale anything. Are you sure about... Wait, what was that about spores? I think back of what little I know about mandragores. Although I'm admittedly no expert, I don't recall reading anything about hallucinogenic spores being found on mandragores. Was S making a joke? Or is this something mandragores keep to themselves in order to avoid being hunted for a different reason? Jeez, you two, is it really so hard to believe that a hot guy would hit on me? On your first day? In the cafeteria? Yeah, I'm afraid that does seem rather implausible. Yeah. Besides, Ray, if even you aren't sure he exists, how are we supposed to believe in him? That's a fair point. Maybe we should confirm he exists first. Ray goes silent for a moment as she contemplates her next course of action. After a few moments, Ray nods again, then allows a wide smile to spread across her face. Alright, let's go to the opening ceremony and prove that I'm not crazy. The door is locked, remember? I'll figure something out. Ignore my advice, Ray storms off, heading towards the auditorium. What do you think, Ash? Should we go? I'll go, if you carry me. You want me to carry you? I cast a glance towards S legs. Honestly, I'm not sure to make of what I see. They're clearly unlike human legs, but she has moved in my presence, so it's not as though she can't walk. Wait, what? Sure, we'll go with it. Is it difficult for her to move with those trunks? Sable, carry me? Alright. But just so you know, I'm not particularly strong or anything, okay? I figured as much. Cheeky little. What happened to the human-fearing girl I met just a few moments ago? Carrying as bridal style, I very slowly make my way back to the hallway leading to the auditorium. As it's surprisingly heavy, while carrying her, the best I'm able to do is shuffle my feet. As such, we progress at a speed undoubtedly slower than we would have if she simply walked herself. Maybe I should use some muscle reinforcement magic. Maybe you should do a push-up. I was too scared of the side effects to spend too much time practicing it, but right now, it really would come in handy. Muscle reinforcement, oh my god, are we really gonna... Use some magic is obvious, makes the person such even a weakness such as myself, blah 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 blah. We can figure it out from the intonations, thank you. The only problem with the very practical useful field of magic is that it risks damaging the user's body. Why do use muscles are enhanced as they typically focus on only a single group of muscles, and they don't reinforce their bones at all. In other words, only one part of their body is enhanced, leaving the rest completely vulnerable. Well, that's stupid. We're kind of moving on here. Sable, we're here. Put me down. Oh, alright, sorry. I may still be annoyed from Dawn Drop, but I don't have a lot of patience for... And there's a certain world building aspect to it, but I am kind of out of patience with just long monologues and stuff that they can find better ways to naturally weave into the larger plot. Did we really have to learn about muscle enhancement magic at that moment in time? I mean... Pulling myself out of my own thoughts, I put S down in front of the door leading to the auditorium. S shuffles up to the door and appears inside. She's standing next to Ray, who is still scanning the students within, looking for her alleged suitor. Didn't Draken just burn one of the doors to the auditorium down? Why are they all still in there? Unlike the two of them, I have little interest in what's going on inside. While they're inspecting the students, my eyes remain fixed on the door itself and the lack of destruction surrounding it. Yeah. Wow, they repaired the door already? Something's up with that. As expected of an elite academy like this, I suppose. All of the teachers are probably well versed in restoration magic. While most people believe restoration magic to be synonymous with healing magic, they are sort of oh my god in heaven. Okay, we're at the time limit anyway. I'm just gonna put a pin in it here. I do apologize for my lack of patience. There's just gotta be a better way to talk about this stuff and this background information and put it into the story without just info dump after info dump after info dump. Okay. I don't know. Leave a like if you're enjoying the series so far. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And it's vnsnow.com. That is vnsnow.com for more pedantic analysis such as this. I will, hopefully it'll pick up at the next chapter. I'm definitely, it's got a very familiar bent. It will depend on the execution though, and I'll talk about that more as we get closer to the end of the demo. I'll catch y'all in the next one.